Smooth like butter. Hi, guys. It's me. Guess who's back? Yeah. Um, hi. Um, Good to see everybody. And I am back. Now I'm trying to adjust the volume. I've been having problems with this all morning. I finally decided just to let it fly. But hopefully I'm loud enough. I can't really hear so well. I'm crooked, right? Am I a little crooked? Maybe a little bit. So, you've probably just been languishing, wondering where all the interesting things are. And I have stories to tell, which I will not do today. But suffice it to say that things happened in my life. I had to focus, then refocus. And here I am. And things are better. Like, by a lot. So, without further ado, let's talk about things that are interesting. But what I've decided to do for my own amusement, and yours as well, is to see how there's all these like little thingies here. There's like 40 through 55. I haven't looked at this in like 6 months, 5 months, 4 months. How long has it been? You guys even know? All right, we're going to shake it up. And then whatever I grab is the one I'm going to do. And I haven't prepared. I haven't looked at any of this shit. I woke up and I said, you know what? It's been far too long. Plus, I'm telling people about this channel. People are going to go to the channel and be like, what the fuck? She's not really doing anything. How could she say she has a channel? She's not really doing anything. So, let's see what number we are doing. 44. All right, let's see 44. What do we got? We're going to make them smaller. We've got some, let's just open it up and let it ride. I feel like we've done some of this already. Well, this is going to be a freaking mess. Just a mess. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so that needs to go. That needs to go. That needs to go. And that needs to go. That was all related to job searches. Because I quit the one that I had. But I have a better one now. So it all worked out. Let's start from the beginning and let's just go through and see what happens. Shall we? Let's start. Let us begin. Let's see what kind of music I was thinking that you guys might like.
I'm Invades host, founder and head chef of Senorita.
No, we don't want to hear that. Come on. Ads. 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 We are owned by corporations. Oh yeah, this song. All right. That's a lame song. I can't believe I picked that song. Why would I pick that song? It's dumb. Dumb song. Okay. Here we go. Stuff I find interesting. Number 44, which I randomly picked, which I haven't looked at in 4 months. So I have no idea what I'm going to be looking at or what I'm going to be talking about. Online collections. The Gilcrease Museum. I think I was admiring the art. Maybe. I mean, this looks like something I would like. I mean, I very much like Thomas Moran as an artist. His palette is so recognizable. Like when you see his stuff, you're like, oh yeah, that's Moran. And there he is. Let's see. He traveled. He was Civil War era. He made monumental canvases of Yellowstone, Grand Canyon. He went to Mexico, Europe, Poland, France. The entire scope of his life and work is represented at the Gilcrease Museum. I don't know where that is. But yeah, you know, I think I probably just wanted to kind of go through this, but was probably planning on picking out some of my favorites rather than, going through it bit by bit. And I think I discovered, as I can see here now, that I can't just like click through. So I was probably trying to figure out how to get past that, and I don't think I got very far. But look at this picture. This is awesome. Let's make it big. Bam! No, that's not what I meant. There we go. Look at how cool that is. There's a wistful? Is that the word? Wistful. I think that's the word, right? When you see something and you're just sort of like, oh. That, whatever that is. I think it's wistful. His pictures make me feel wistful. And when you go really close up, it's just like, it doesn't look like there's necessarily any, I mean, obviously there's talent. It's not like I could do this right now, but you go, oh, yeah, okay. But then you pan out and it all comes together in this very beautiful thing. So, Thomas Moran, ladies and gentlemen. What do we have next? We have this thing. What is this? This is the photograph album titled Raha Putana. Oh, isn't that a bad word? Putana. Let's see. What is this? This is, okay, yeah. So this is a photographer that I like. His name is Born. Not to be confused with, like, the Born Identity. And I think I was trying to figure out, see, now you can see why I'm like so unprepared. I think I was trying to figure out how to make it big and to look at some of the other pictures, but you can see how beautiful that is. India is just impossibly ancient. And I don't know, like, we don't talk about India very much in America, but they're currently, are they the most populous country? I know they're soon to be the most populous country if they're not in the entire planet. A lot of people live in India. A lot. Okay, let's see what we got next. Whatever. Allow. Oh, we've got Antonio Beato, who we've looked at before. He's the one who he photographed, like, in Egypt and stuff. I had pictures of people on camels, and I think he might have photographed the Sphinx, or it might have been his brother. I don't remember. But I love his pictures. Look at this. There's this dude kind of hanging out. It just, you can just tell the sun is like, I'd be hanging out in that rock area right there where it's nice and shady. There's probably someone on his team, though, and he's probably like, Ramad, I need you to go stand over there by that doorway for scale or whatever. This is, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, we got a pyramid. Okay. Another pyramid. Huh. I'm not real sure what's going on here with the pyramids. Like, is that a real place? The Pyramid di Ciao Sestio Arcfot Camram. I should know how to say that. I've been listening to Italian music a lot lately. I've been working on my pronunciation. But is this a real place? Like, this can't be a real place. I have the camera right in front of me, so I'm trying to see these little taggy things. You know what? We're going to have to come back to that. We're going to put this somewhere. Where are we going to put this? I don't know where we put this. We put it somewhere. But, ladies and gentlemen, behold, a pyramid that is in Italy. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Oh, this is a triumphal arch. Episode 40, I do know, because I was working on it when I just sort of took a very long hiatus. I was working on arches, triumphal arches, specifically because I find them aesthetically very pleasing to the eye. Architecturally, they're interesting. Their uses, the history, the various events that they, or people that they commemorate. it's kind of a random niche topic, but one that I found interesting. So if I had picked number 40, I would be talking about triumphal arches, but for another time perhaps. What do we have? We have Reddit. Paris was founded in the 1st century BC. No way some Iron Age Gauls could build this without power tools. Must have been some unknown advanced ancient civilization or aliens. That's not what... I don't know. That's not even funny. I'm concerned for myself. I was saving stuff that was not interesting. Here we have Smyrna, which looks to be something I also can't scroll through. Looks to be a place in the Middle East. So I'm not really sure. See, this is stuff that I find interesting, and I can't even talk about it because I don't remember. I mean, obviously it's interesting, but usually I look up, like the pronunciation and what the places are and where they came from, and so let's Google Smyrna and see what we get. Smyrna. Smyrna. Oh, it's in Turkey, on the coast. It was founded by the Greeks, taken over by the Romans, and rebuilt by Alexander the Great before becoming part of the Ottoman Empire in the 15th century. Today, its expansive archaeological sites include the Roman Agora of Smyrna, now an open-air museum. There's also something called the Velvet Castle. Oh, yeah, this is a real cool place. Yeah, this is definitely something I should come back to. We're going to click that. Although I don't think it saves. See, Google is, you can't find stuff like you used to. It's the craziest thing. I don't know what happened. It's like there's like AI. Even if you go through AI and try to find stuff, you can't find stuff. Unless you want to go shopping. If you want to go shopping, you can find everything. In fact, sometimes I find stuff by pretending I'm shopping for something related to it. It's so dumb. Camel Market. Okay, what else we got? Ooh, what's that? Cholula. Pyramid. Very cool image, to be sure. I feel like we need to know more about it, though. That picture doesn't look entirely real to me. I'm wondering if that's not like some kind of enhanced print. I'm not even going to try to say that word. Okay, I'm going to try to say that word. Talakawala pedal. It's a complex in Puebla. Okay, Puebla. I know where Puebla is. I have not been there, but I'm familiar with where it is in the world. And it is the largest archaeological site of a pyramid in the New World, as well as the largest pyramid by volume. So it's the largest pyramid by volume, so the amount, like the size. And I guess this is what it would have looked like. Sort of. I don't know. That looks like a cool place. Exploring Mexico's largest pyramid. Okay. Don't mind if I do. 1 through 15. All right, let's bigify this. Wow. What do I have to do to look at the next picture? Another reason why I look at stuff ahead of time, so I can make sure stuff like this doesn't happen. That's a bummer. I want to launch this and look at the pictures. So apparently that can't happen. The world's largest pyramid is hidden within a hill in Mexico. That's what it looks like today. That is very, very deeply cool. Yeah. That's, yeah, that's pretty wow. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. I'm learning about it in kind of real time with you right now. Oh, what did I save? A typology of questions in Northeast Asia and beyond, an ecological perspective. I don't know what I saved or why, but here we go. Do you hear that? That is so freaking irritating. I'm not sure what that's about. I have no explanation. There's probably something in here that really caught my eye, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what it is, other than it's a very interesting area due to geology, politics, history, archaeology, science. They're finding all these minerals in this particular area now, especially in Tibet. They're finding the types of things that we use to power our electronic devices. But I'm not really sure. Odradek's Journey. Speculations about an undead paradigm. I must have been feeling like deep or something. Around the year 1870, a fly flew around the towers and battlements of a citadel south of Cairo. During its flight, it circled the photographer Antonio Beato, that guy, the director of a photography studio, an older brother of the famous Felice, and the person who had presented the European public with the first photographs of the Crimean War 15 years earlier. So it was this Felice who photographed the Middle East, and Antonio did too, but he's not. I had the two of them confused. And then it goes on about the fly. Oh yeah, look, there he is. There's the fly hanging out on the picture. But this is a philosophical, I guess. Very interesting, though. All right, we're coming into the end here of stuff I find interesting. The unprepared edition, the I'm back edition. What the heck did I just do? I'm not sure what I did. Okay, we've got architecture, specifically Japanese architecture. Some cool prints. I think I was just kind of grooving on this whole article and the photographs, and oh, this is Korea. I apologize. Not Japanese. Influenced by Japanese, though. Yes, that's the Japanese administration office in Korea. So that's why I was a little bit, confused. So those are some interesting pictures. A photo depicting downtown Mokpo circa 1900s. The building in the center was labeled as the post office, and the building in the left background was labeled as the Japanese consulate, but may have actually been the consul's residence. The post office is clearly of the Gyofo type, while the Japanese consular building, presenting mostly as vernacular Japanese structure, had an unusual wraparound veranda atypical to Japanese architecture. Neat. Oh, not this freaking thing. This is one of those links that I keep saying, oh, this will be interesting to talk about. And then I go into it and I lose like 6 hours of my life down some rabbit hole, and I never actually come up with what I want to say about this map. And here I am again with this map. So the Perry Reese Map, there's probably a better explanation than the one that I would give you off the top of my head, but the Perry Reese Map is a world map compiled in 1513 by the Ottoman admiral and cartographer Perry Reese. 1/3 of the map survives. It's in the Topkapi Palace in Istanbul, or Istanbul. It got a bunch of attention when it was found. It's visually distinct. So there are conflicting interpretations because there are mythical places. So are the mythical places there because they were real? And then there's also an ice-free Antarctic coast, which coincidentally matches what Antarctica would look like if all the ice melted. Like, it matches the map. So, I mean, what's that about? Supposedly it's been covered for, I don't know, a long time. Certainly before 1513, it was still covered. So how do they know what it looked like? It's like one of those things, right? Which is why I never actually come to any conclusions with it or come to something that I can present in some sort of cohesive form, because there's so much to it. And it's taken on a life of its own with all the conspiracy theories and nonsense. So the whole issue is also clouded with a bunch of crap that's out there, because you can't find the good stuff anymore, like the stuff that's confirmed, right? Scientifically proven. It's like all this weird conspiracy crap. And don't get me wrong, I freaking love conspiracies, but you know, we need to be level-headed about stuff, especially now, because the world needs it. The world needs us all to kind of, really kind of stop and think about things. There's a sort of recklessness to society right now, right? It feels like people are very thoughtless. People are in a hurry. People are not paying attention. And I kind of would encourage everybody to sort of, where your feet at, look down, figure out where you are, dig in. I don't know. That's my 2 cents. Ooh, what's this? 4 stories from the Russian Arctic. Oh, fucking New Yorker. No thanks. I think I was going to... That's cool. Is that a real picture? That is a real picture. Wow. Look at that. Oops. How do I... There we go. Another walrus. I never saw a walrus, but there was this one time when I was stationed in Camp Del Mar, California, when I was making out with my boyfriend at the time on a racquetball court. Hi, Justin. And a seal came into the basketball court, and I had never seen one before, and I kind of freaked out, and that was the end of that makeout session. But anyhow, yeah, these are some rad pictures. Look at that. It's pretty obvious why I saved this one. I can say, yeah, look at that. It's very emotionally satisfying photographs. I can't explain why, but there's something about them. You look at them and you go, yeah. So we're going to bookmark. Oh, it's already bookmarked, but we're going to unbookmark it. Well, it already exists. I already have it bookmarked. Brain dead. What have we got here? We have Lost History and Legends. I'm sure that's probably interesting. And we have Bing. What do I have saved here? What am I looking at? What do we got? We have, let's see if we can figure out where this is. Any guesses, anybody? I'm going to go with Africa. I'm going to go with Northwest Africa, but maybe like kind of in the middle-ish. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. I wonder what I was looking at. Let's zoom in and see what I had pinpointed. Something caught my eye. I don't know, was it? This is digitally enhanced, so I know it's not that, even though that's a cool thing, whatever it is, old riverbed. It's rather jagged, though. I think it's more of a fracture in the land that became a riverbed. Piecing together the lost Mitanni Empire. So this site is like cancer with the ads and the nonsense, but it's got good information. So I keep coming back to it because there's like nothing else out there. I have to find new ways of searching to find stuff. So stuff I find interesting is going to change slightly because of the changes in what's out there and the quality and also the amount of time that I have. I don't have as much time anymore because I actually have like a full-time job, which is pretty neat. Let's see. They lived in the Tigris Euphrates. I'm not going to make you sit through this. I'm not sure where I was going. Kinijos. There are over 100 pyramids in China. The pyramids in China. There's lots of interesting stuff in China that we will never, ever, 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 ever know about here in America. Ever. Ever. So this is a conspiracy site. So some of this stuff is obviously nonsense. But again, like I always come back to, is that there's always a grain of truth in conspiracy. And that's where the interesting stuff is because, you know, I mean the real stuff, not like the fake stuff. Like these pyramids were built by aliens or something. When the reality is a pyramid is just the easiest thing to build. Like if you're a kid and you're at a beach and you're trying to build something, you're going to make something like a pyramid in the sand. That's the first thing you're going to build because it's the easiest thing to build. So it's not real, you know, woo, but it's still interesting. This is, upload your resume. I did, and guess what? People are just finding out about the time that Britain accidentally invaded Spain in 2002. It looks like I duplicated myself here. 20 years ago, the UK accidentally invaded Spain, and in true British fashion, it ended in a rather awkward exchange, followed by some serious embarrassment. Although 2002 might not feel that long ago, it's more than enough time for a lot of people to only just be finding out now about this perplexing incident. The Royal Marines were tasked with executing a landing exercise on Gibraltar amid an ongoing negotiation between the UK and Spain over the British territory. When they reached their target, the soldiers stormed onto the beach in their amphibious vessel before leaping out with their assault rifles and mortars. But as they made their way up the shore, they were met by a number of bemused fishermen, including one who told the 30 commandos, "I think you're at the wrong beach." So instead of hitting their target, they were actually hitting a beach in the quiet coastal town of La Linea in Spain. Eventually, a couple of police officers rocked up to explain to the troops that their target was just a little further down the coast. After some red-faced apologies, they turned around and headed to their vessel for what must have been a rather awkward journey back. When news of the blunder broke, the British Ministry of Defense spokesperson told Reuters that the landing craft had accidentally entered Spanish territorial waters after experiencing bad weather. In the course of the exercise, the landing craft meant to land in Gibraltar, but made it a few yards down the beach. There is much embarrassment, the error is regretted, and lessons have been learned. They were informed of their error by policemen and spent only 5 minutes on the beach. Just in case no one had realized this at this point, the spokesperson added, "We were not trying to take Spain, and we have no plans to do so." Speaking on the BBC's Today program, he said, and this is Lord West, "It wasn't one of the best days of my life. I had a phone call from the military commander saying, 'Sir, I'm afraid something awful's happened.' I thought, goodness me, what?" And he said, "I'm afraid we've invaded Spain, but we don't think they've noticed." I said, "People always notice. Tell me exactly what happened." West continued they had been doing a little landing exercise, which was meant to take place on a beach in Gibraltar. They got lost and gone up on the wrong beach. And then it repeats the story all over again because that's how these articles are these days. But that's kind of funny, right? All right, let me find some music so that I can talk a little before I take us out.
Zevo, people friendly.
Freaking ads. All right, so this was a terrible performance, but I'm going to publish it anyway because I don't care. And I will start to work on the next one, but the next one will be more cohesive and I will be prepared for it. I won't do the slips in the thing, because it's way more interesting when you know some of the stuff behind it and you're able to present it in a way that's very flowing. This was not very flowing. This was a total mess, but I think it's pretty good considering this is the first time I've dusted off the microphone since the last time you saw me. I had to readjust my camera all over again. That took a while. The lighting I didn't care about. I was like, yeah, whatever. As you can see, my hair is a little grayer, a little bit fatter, but fatter because I have access to lots of really good food all the time. So I am trying to work out with my friend Nancy. Hi, Nancy. And she's super motivated and dedicated, and I'm not really at this point, but I'm getting there. Anyhow, I'm starting to babble. I'll see if anybody actually watches this, and if they do, maybe I'll come back for a live thingy. All right, so everybody, I hope you have an awesome day. I missed you all, I promise you that, and I'll talk to you soon. After I find the right button.